So initially, I started as a rapper. My name was Court Dog. I was a part of a group called CCG out of Kansas City, Missouri. We signed with No Limit Records, you know what I mean, in 1995. A lot of people remember us from the Down South Hustlers compilation. I was on the song R.I.P., me, Master P, Silk, and my partner Cisco from CCG. We recorded an album called 100% Game on No Limit. If you look on the inside of the cover, you see our picture coming soon. The album never came out for different reasons or whatever, but I still, been super tight with P for 30 years, you know what I mean? Still work with him closely for No Limit. So I hooked up with my partner Cisco and we created the group CCG. So really, we were just making local tapes and demos. See, back then, before social media, you had to get put on, because it wasn't just as easy as uploading and just doing it. Everything was expensive. You had to have someone actually, put you in position or get a record deal. So I just came up with the idea like 17. This was like 94. So I graduated in 94. I was like, man, we got to get a record deal. I don't want to just be local. You know what I'm saying? So I would send tapes to everybody, to majors. I started sending tapes to majors like Arista, LaFace, MCA, and I was getting those tapes sent back with a stamp that said, we don't accept unsolicited material. I didn't know what that meant. You know what I'm saying? But it put something in my mind. I was like, okay, let me try to reach smaller labels. I didn't have the terminology independent. I didn't know the verbiage of the business like that. But I knew that, Rap a Lot, No Limit at that time, Intermittent Records, these late Black Market, they all seemed like they were reachable. You know what I'm saying? So it was really just being persistent. I sent about 5 or 6 tapes to No Limit. At that time, I was really trying to get to Ruthless Records. Because we had a similar style to Bone Thugs and Harmony. They had just blew up. And so I remember this lady named Cassandra Ware, Ruthless. I was calling. I started building rapport with her. And I was like, Easy heard our tape. Yeah, Easy heard our tape. So finally, probably about December of 94, she was like, yeah, Eric is back. He got your tape. Woo, woo, woo. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking, oh, shit, we going to go to Ruthless. He dies in March. So then that made me start from scratch. So then at the time I had a partner named Dank Nitty, who people would say he sounded like Master P. I didn't know who Master P was. I wasn't in the know of him at that time. And so people would keep saying it. So at some point I said, who is this Master P dude? So I went and got Ghettos Trying to Kill Me. And so I was like, all right, he kind of dope. So I looked on the back of the CD and was like, shit, he got a record company too. Fuck, I might as well send him a tape. You know what I mean? So I sent him like about 5 tapes. I would fill up his voicemail. Yeah, I'm Court Dog from Kansas City, man. Listen to my tape. We dope. Long story short, he heard the message. I was so persistent. I guess he went and got it. And that's how we start talking. He called the house one day like, man, is Court there? And at the time, I was kind of just getting off house arrest. I was living with my dad. And, my dad's name is Courtney too. And I was like, I didn't recognize his voice. So I was like, nah, he ain't here. And so he was like, all right, well, shit, tell him P called. I was like, P? P who? He was like, Master P. I was like, oh, yeah, this me. And so P was like, nigga, you dodging somebody or something? Like, well, who looking for you? We start laughing. So, and then it went from there. And then that's when we flew out and did Down South Hustlers.
If you ain't on no